Good morning.
Good morning.
Dirty 30.
Good morning.
Brewton, Alabama. What's happening this morning? Happy Hump Day.
Yeah, it's Wednesday, ain't it?
Best
All
day of your
long.
life.
Best
Yeah.
day we got.
Good
morning.
As DJ says, what did he say? Coach Sasser taught him that.
Yeah. Yep.
And says he's lived by it ever since. And I mean, that's a great.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
you know?
makes a lot of sense. So I can't say I don't blame him. Let me see here who all has jumped in here. Well, first, let me grab something here. I got something crazy. Let's see. Off. Thank you. Let's see who's jumped in here. I had some crazy captions going on here.
Speaking of DJ.
Yeah. Good morning, Johnny Sims. Sherry Weaver. Good morning to you. Happy Hump
Morning,
Day.
Sherry.
Fuquay. Good morning to you.
Donna Weaver.
D-Top. Good morning, sir. Miss McKenzie. Good morning to you. DJ's fourth grade teacher.
Yep.
And everybody's favorite fourth grade teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. And God bless her. She raised Butch.
Yeah.
Butcher. I mean, whew.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, so good morning, Wiener. Kimberly Williams in. Girls 87 this morning. As you can see, Colonel, what's happening?
Hey, Wednesday morning, as you said.
Have you caught your breath yet and all of the above?
Getting there, yeah. Yeah. It's like the world's largest hangover.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, so we'll talk. Well, I want to get to this. I want to get to the success of the Blueberry Festival for sure, but I want to talk a little bit first about the day after and the day after that. Like,
Yeah.
what happens when you have something, big and then of course it's hot and everything else, and a lot of people, a lot of moving parts of that thing. So
Definitely.
yeah. But
Definitely.
what happens the day after something like that?
Absolutely nothing.
So what you're saying, y'all stayed a little late the night before to try to get things done?
Yeah. We pretty much got everything put up, taken care of. Of course, you still had to wait for, folks to come get the tents. And then God bless Judy. She went down there and picked up Sunday morning, didn't tell nobody, just went down there and done it, said, hey, I took care of everything. So that's just Judy for you, though, going above and beyond. So, but, personally, I didn't do nothing.
I can't blame you. I mean, like I said, that's a big time event, and a lot of people, a lot of moving parts to that thing.
But,
and,
we was down there all day Friday. Was down there Thursday evening, and like I said, by Sunday, I said, I'm done.
Yeah, I get it. Morning, Chief. Steve Stan in this morning. Allison Rose, good morning to you. Earl Crook, good morning, girl. Miss Gail, good morning, Miss Gail.
Dang, man.
I was going to say, I would imagine that by Monday, you probably sitting there somewhat glad to be out of all that heat.
Definitely, yeah.
So, DJ and I were talking about this Monday. I said, the way Hal tells me, they start planning the next one just as soon as that one's over.
Oh, yeah.
And I said,
Yeah.
something that big, you'd have to, know, and I agree with D-Top right there. All I've heard is positive comments. That's all I've heard. And that's all I've seen.
And that's what's amazing is how everything went off, and really hardly any problems.
So I saw a, you probably, I think you may have saw it. I saw a post somebody had made that was driving through here from Coleman.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, and they were talking about how pretty and nice the downtown area was with the, all the flowers, all this kind of thing. It just amazes me that you got a lot of people that just can't stand it. And they got to go in there and start making comments about, well, there's no entertainment and this and that and other.
Right. Be happy.
I mean, here's the thing. No entertainment? How many people showed up to the Blueberry Festival Saturday?
I've been asked that many a times. And that's area,
It's hard of an
area.
It is.
And of course, you got people coming and going all day long. I had one guy, he told me he was at Root Municipal Stadium for a Miller Neal game one time. So they estimated 10,000 people was there, 5 deep on the fence, bleachers full. He said, I think you doubled that. Now,
Well, there you go.
I don't know.
Well, it's hard to say because you
everybody
don't have there's no charge to get in and out.
Right.
So
no
they're just hard to say.
And like I said, a huge area, and then the other part of it, and I didn't even get to see it, you had things going on the other side of the tracks too,
That's right.
with Camp 31, Drexel and Honeybees,
Frankie's
had, everybody, that was what's so great to me is.
BPC had a big thing, or I think they had stuff going on pretty much all day, didn't they?
Right.
Yeah.
And, Drexel Honeybees had a live band going. I never got the chance to go over there and look.
I bet.
And
you were a little preoccupied, weren't you?
Yeah, you run around just a little bit.
Yeah.
When everybody asked me, said, how many people you think was there? I say a lot.
Yeah. I mean, look, you're right. When you get that many people, I don't care if you had them closed in with you. It's hard to tell.
Right.
Okay. But one thing that you could definitely say is that it definitely was success.
Yes.
For sure. And once again, whether it was hot, heat, rain, or wind, it still gets pulled off.
Yeah.
Every time.
I told a lot of people, I said, heat can't stop us. A storm can.
That's right.
So I can deal with the heat.
That's right.
And when me and Glenn Freeman and my little buddy Austin, I say little, he's grown now, but
I was about to say he ain't so little.
No.
He's grown up.
But we get out there giving the car show awards, which we bumped it up 30 minutes because they'd had enough, them car people.
Yeah.
They've been out there all day.
Bacon.
God bless them. Thank you for coming. So at 1:30 we started, and where we'd planned on doing the presentation at, obviously the time we planned it, we didn't think about shade. There was none. And standing out there for about 45 minutes and just pure sunlight, it was tough, but
It had to be.
everybody made it. God bless Glenn. He's a trooper. And I mean, you know how Glenn is.
Oh, man.
Puts on the show, keeps everybody involved. Couldn't do the car show without him. I'd hate to. Morning, David Morris.
No, listen, Slick, he embodies that car show, don't he?
Oh yes, yes.
I mean,
it's on his mind every day of every year.
I ain't too sure you are not named that car show for him.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing.
I mean, that's a suggestion. That's all I'm saying. But I'm saying he has put a lot of his time and effort into making that thing. How many cars y'all have?
89 registered.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, some of the nicest cars we probably ever had there. I mean, it was.
Well, they don't mind bringing them out when there's no chance of a rain.
Right, and there was no chance,
Right.
Sun ain't gonna hurt them.
Right.
But they have, and them folks know. We had some get there probably 6:30, and they volunteer to bring their car in, pay an entry fee, and then sit out in the heat all day long. So my hat's off to every one of them.
Wow. Yeah. Listen, it was hot, but 89. That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's got to be the most, isn't it?
No, the year before we had Dennis Gage in.
That's right.
With my classic car, and I think we was over 100 that day. I can't remember the exact number, but he brought out a few extras.
Yeah. Well,
Now Glenn has stayed in touch with him, and Glenn become big. They're a lot alike.
yeah.
And Glenn sent him a little email saying, "Hey, Blueberry Festival Car Show's coming up this week. We're gonna miss you." He said, "Well, y'all have it in the fall, and I'll come join you again. But until then, I'm out."
he used to this heat. He couldn't take this heat.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, he's from up north, and
I got to thinking about that the other day. I was watching. They were the College World Series.
Yeah.
Talking about how a lot of these teams that come out there, are not used to playing in that type of
kind of heat.
Yeah, and all that. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, they're not talking about anybody from the SEC or anybody from Florida.
No, we used to it.
we all used to that heat, So
Morning, Wendy.
Well, I had a quick question about the Blueberry Festival.
Yeah.
For the Colonel. It's my understanding that it originated in 1980. Is that not correct?
Yes.
So
I think that is correct.
Technically, this would have been the 44th annual, except for whenever we've had one that like last year was canceled.
Was it last year or was it?
Flood?
The first one we had to cancel would have been the 40th anniversary.
Yeah,
and that was
that was the one
2020.
That wasn't that the wind one.
That was a little thing called COVID hit.
Yeah, no. I was thinking, what about the wind one with the?
And then the next year in 21 was the day the tornado hit, destroyed my mama's house.
Yep.
Then we was able to pull it off in 22. In 23, the storm hit on Friday before and pretty much, tore the park up and everything. And thankfully this year we was good to go.
So would you count them in numbers of that you've had, or would you count it in years?
I guess you could do it either way. We tried, like I said, in 20, it was going to be a big 40th anniversary special. Then 21 comes up, we said, well, we'll do 40 this year. That was the tornado. We said we're never using anniversary again. So, it just jinxed us, And,
yeah.
But like I said, hopefully, as a matter of fact, that was the first time in 40 years that the festival had ever been canceled.
And all in a span of about 3 years, it got canceled.
3 of the last 4.
3.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's just. So do you think people? Do you think that helped that they haven't had that the last few years?
Oh, yeah, I think got everybody a little more excited about it. Of course, the last few years, even when we canceled, we still was able to sell the ice cream.
Yeah,
and but that is a unique thing. It's only done once a year just for this festival.
That's right.
That lady down in Mobile, Cammy's, thank you. She won a couple of years back. One of my kinfolks from Mobile, wanted some ice cream, and they sent their money. Went online, pre-ordered, and she called me and she said, "How instead of me trying to make it back to Mobile with some ice cream in this heat, can I just go run by Cammy's and pick it up?" She said, "It's not far from where I live." We had to call and give Cammy permission. Cammy, she would not release it until we called and said it was okay for that girl to come by and pick up a half a gallon. So
she got that recipe on lock, what you're saying.
Yes, but she don't sell it out of her shop. I mean, she's very
That's
loyal
solely
to
for
us.
this blueberry
So
festival.
we got the Colonel's secret recipe.
Yeah. I don't even know it. But, But, Josh.
How long has she been making this?
Years. I can't remember.
I mean,
a long time.
A long time.
Yes, long time.
So it's not this is not her first go around.
Oh no. She's been with us for years, and Josh at Davis Catfish, we do allow him to serve. He does it for a few days, and then he's done with it. So. But
well, let's be honest. I think he's probably earned that, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, if there's anybody that has, I would say I would think Josh Godwin would be the one.
Definitely deserves every bit of it.
He's
no
good.
doubt. And I talked to Josh. He said he had a good day Saturday. Like I said, everybody. That was what was so great about it, was seeing all of our local businesses benefit so much from this. Yeah, I hope Karen from Mobile, because we have one of those, had a good day.
Wait a minute, did you?
Oh, gosh.
You always do, don't you?
Oh, there's always that one.
What about the
Always that
year? What
one.
about the year that the lady accused y'all of stealing her merchandise?
Yeah,
It
her
had
clothes.
the cops over there.
Yeah, called the cops to us. We was out there in a daggone storm on a Friday evening trying to save all of her stuff.
Oh, man,
and
listen, y'all were down there literally trying to save the woman's stuff because she had disappeared.
well, she set up and then left.
Yeah.
And we didn't, after the storm, we was all sitting back up there, because we're there that Friday helping people set up and all. And, next thing we know, here comes the cops. And I think to this day, she still thinks Linda Williams is wearing some of her clothes.
Listen, that was the funniest part about it was that the only, correct me if I'm wrong, it was you and Linda and Todd
And Logan.
and Logan.
Yeah.
Okay. There was only one woman in the bunch, right?
Right.
Okay. I don't know how that woman could have thought that Linda was going, especially the kind of merchandise she had.
But I'm
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, just that's not Linda Williams.
No, and then the idea come up. She's had a lot of clothes,
Yeah.
and it was muddy, and Linda said, "Well, I'll go get my expedition, and we'll just put all the clothes back here till we can get up with her."
Well, and also you got to tell that there were tents and things flying across Jennings Park.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I mean it got bad.
And we was trying to hold her tent down.
Right.
I mean, I probably wasn't doing a lot of good, but anyway.
Probably not.
But
Hal's the only person I know that can eat a box of Bracken's chicken and lose 5 pounds, and I
Lord.
look at a box and gain 10.
Wouldn't
So,
you love to have a box?
man, I would. Whew.
But
Anyway, so yeah, go ahead. So she comes running up there or something? Was it the next day or?
no,
That
after
same
the storm,
afternoon,
I
yeah.
guess she come back to check on her
Right.
stuff, But like I was saying, I hope every vendor in the park had a good day. And from what I understand, there was some very good sales going on. And, but the whole goal here, though, is for our local businesses to benefit from this. And from what I've been told, everybody did.
Let me ask you a question. I saw this last night, and I've just seen this again this morning. And I'm going to ask this to everybody watching. What do you think about the Surgeon General coming out and saying that social media needs a warning label on it, like cigarettes have, or like explicit lyrics on music has, or things like that? I mean, a lot of good explicit lyrics you did them.
Right.
I mean, Tipper Gore, boy, thank you.
Yeah,
you did a great
thank
job
you.
on that. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
go ahead.
But I kind of have mixed feelings on that. Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's some crazy stuff that goes on social medias, but I like the free speech.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of these people that I don't think warnings on stuff. To me, we live in a time where that makes people want to do it more.
Yeah.
Than a time where it is somewhat of a deterrent to people.
Yeah. I've always seen take them warnings off, it'll work itself out.
That's correct. That's a fact.
If you want to go eat a Tide Pod, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
it's on you.
whatever you want to do, that's fine. I agree with that, except, when it starts infringing on others,
Right.
then if it's a problem, it's a problem.
Yeah.
But no, I'm like you. I'm kind of mixed on that. In that, do I think that they have a problem with young people?
That's my concern. Yes.
Yeah, I do. Okay, but I also think the parents have a responsibility there as well.
Right.
That's not
but,
just on social media.
Oh, that's everywhere.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and it's not just on the social media's responsibility or the internet responsibility. Parents got to take responsibility here somewhere.
Definitely.
But that's the problem. Parents today, not all, but you got a certain segment of parents, a percentage of parents that love to blame everybody else for their shortcomings of being a parent.
Definitely.
And, look, I mean, is a warning on a social media site going to help that parent? Hell no.
No, it ain't gonna do a bit of good.
No, it ain't
And
gonna
you
do
think
no
that
good.
kid's gonna pay any attention?
No.
Like you said, that makes them want to do it worse.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you go to labeling up all this stuff, watch what happens. You're going to see a boom and an explosion in users on these sites.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
This probably Musk just getting people to watch Good X more.
Baby. Listen, who knows with him,
Easy.
you know? But I'll tell you what, if he comes out and says he's for it, I'll be for it.
Yeah.
'Cause
I can't argue that.
I was going to say, well, how you going to argue with his success? It's
Yes.
kind of hard to do on that, you know? And so if he says he's for it, I'll work with him.
I'll start thinking different about it for sure.
I mean, I'm not saying that the guy that Surgeon General don't have a point. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I agree and believe that there is a problem with young people.
Always has been, you know.
And it has been before social media.
Definitely,
Okay.
yeah.
And, you know, we've talked about that here. DJ's talked about that here some. You know, we talked about how, you know, we all look around. You know, I saw where this morning before we went on, I was just scrolling through looking what was going on and saw the county school board had posted their cell phone policy for the year.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday.
And I saw a lot of people, you know, commenting, you know, some negative, some mostly positive.
Yeah.
You know, but
I mean, it's a distraction.
yeah, I mean, but here's the thing, okay? Any time that you shine a light on something, okay,
Right.
especially to a kid, what do you think they're going to do?
They're going to try to see that light.
I am not comparing kids to inmates, okay? Let me make that clear.
Right.
But I want to use this analogy, okay? If you give an inmate life without parole,
Yeah.
he's got nothing but time to sit there and think about how to get out of that place.
Yeah.
Eventually, he's either going to try it, he's either going to get killed trying to do it,
Yeah.
or he's going to succeed.
Right.
One of the two,
Yeah.
or three. Okay? So it's the same way. I mean, you know, look, you put all these labels. What happened when they put all them explicit lyrics all over everything? I can tell you what happened.
So
We all went out and bought every
record
one
you
of them
could.
that had a label on it.
Yeah.
Because we were like, oh, it's got cuss words in it. Good, we want this.
Yeah, that's one you want.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
that's just a kid's nature.
It's a
you know, it's
rebellious.
curiosity.
That's right. It's It's in a kid's nature to be that way, and they're going to be that way. You know what I'm saying? So let them be it. I mean, but the only thing is that you go to slapping a warning on it. Just remember, you know, warnings
Be
are
ready.
great,
Right.
but has it slowed down anything else that they've put warnings on?
Never.
I mean, I watched. It's like the ladies on the Queens of Comedy said. You know, she wished that men were like medicine. You know, medicine. You go in a pharmacy, pick a box up. It's got on the side. It's got all the side effects.
Yeah.
She said she wished men was the same way. When they turn to the side, you can see all their
See
side
all the
effects.
warnings?
So yeah, she
You know,
said,
those, you know, those medical warnings, when you get to hear everything it does, it makes me not want to take it to cure what it's supposed to cure because it creates so many other problems.
right,
you know?
right. That's what she said. She said, look, you got to decide whether you want a runny nose or something else.
Yeah.
And, you know, let's see. D. Tomp said, I think the colonel needs to have a certain city councilman chauffeur him around during the Blueberry Festival with his cricket golf cart. Save some steps.
I had the gym down there, but
Did
I didn't
you?
have I didn't have a chauffeur.
Didn't have a chauffeur. Yeah.
No, I didn't have a search.
Morning, Raj, and want to take a minute to keep Raj and his family and
No
all our
doubt.
thoughts and prayers,
No
and you know, for the loss that they've suffered, and want to tell you we've been thinking about you and praying for you, Raj, and
Definitely.
continue to do so. Good morning, Demetria. Good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a while.
Jeff Booker's in.
Sherry Weaver says, we have some great, yes, we do.
Yes, we do,
Susie
Sherry.
Collins, good morning. King Kane, back and to the left. What's up, King?
Miss Diane.
Yeah, let's see.
But, you know, you're talking about social media. Sherman Williams, you know, played at University of Alabama, went on, had a pro career, blew every penny he ever
Morning,
had.
Harold Singleton from Clanton, Alabama.
Good morning, Harold. But he, you know, wrote a book and is now, he was at the Blueberry Festival.
Who is this?
Sherman Williams.
Yeah. Oh, well, was he up here?
Yeah, he's been the last few years, actually. And
Well, that's what I was going to say. I heard that he was supposed to come, but I guess with him canceled, you know, what have you.
you know, heck of a story he has. And, you know, he don't mind publicizing his mistakes and, you know, everything that happened.
How long did he spend in prison for that? For what with drugs or something?
Yeah, I think it was all drugs. Yeah, but you know,
he was a superstar.
Oh heck!
I mean, at Alabama, then on in the NFL, and I mean,
you know, made millions. And, you know, but anyway, I went over there and talked to him for a little while. You know, we talked about the university a little bit, and Monday, I'm on Facebook, and there's the highlights of Sherman Williams.
Oh yeah, listen, you want to know? It just popped up on here about 4 or 5 or 6 posts in a row. Escambia County School Boards.
Yeah,
no joke.
Yeah,
that's what just popped up. So,
Big Brother is listening.
So let me explain the reason why I always downplay AI like I do.
Right.
And I mean, seriously, I'm just telling you the truth. Okay. I don't know if y'all know this, but we've been using AI since the very first computer ever came out.
Yeah.
What do you think a computer is?
AI. You know.
I mean, so in that, you know, thinking of it like that, I can't get all bent out of shape about AI because, I mean, I don't care what anybody says. I mean, I've seen a lot of crazy technology, but I've never seen anything that would lead me to believe that we're living in Terminator-like times.
Yeah.
You know, where machines are about to, I don't know, I just don't believe that. Right. I can't see that. Secondly, anything, it's garbage in, garbage out on a computer, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes it might be the driver.
Right. You know, and there's good and bad and everything.
Sure.
You know, depending on what you use it for.
Well, hey, Raj, I'm glad to hear that, man. And again, you know, we'll be thinking about you and continue to think about you. Speaking of Raj, I thought about Raj. I was looking earlier at a post that Rocky Birch had made of a guy trying to put a half-gallon of Henny down his pants in looked like a liquor store or something.
Really?
And he was pointing out that if y'all want to see how to put a half-gallon of liquor down your pants, here's how you do it.
I'm giving instructions.
Yeah. And that made me think about Raj, because, you know, Raj got that wall of shame out there.
Right,
and Raj don't mind putting them videos out of you in a heartbeat. Which, hey, listen,
and I don't blame him.
I don't blame him. Man, listen, you know my opinion on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it, you know, so.
Damn a thief.
Yeah, I can't stand that. No. I'm going to tell you right now. You know, if you want to take something from me, come just say, hey, can I have it?
And, you know, if you went in there and said, Raj, I'm starving to death.
Oh.
He'd go, you know.
He'd give you whatever you need.
Whatever you wanted, you know.
Rocky's Package Store. Thank you, Sherry. That's it. Ross, I saw that too. Listen, I'm sure. And look, if that happened in Roger's store, then I'm sure he would have posted.
Yeah.
I know he would have.
Don't blame him.
The first person I thought of when I was watching that clip was Rod.
Yeah.
I swear, I started thinking, I said, damn, it looks like something Raj would put up. But I like the fact that Rocky did that as well. I mean, you know, look, put it on blast. Put them people out there, man.
Dang right.
Can't go in there steal from folks.
No, folks out there trying to make honest dollars.
Yeah, and like you said, if you went to Raj Palmer and said you were starving to death and you needed, I promise you, he'd get up and give you half that store.
You'd leave out there full.
I promise you.
I guarantee you.
I promise you. So
and probably with a little extra to get you through the next day.
That's what I'm saying. So, but people that go in there and try to do it the wrong way, you get what you deserve.
Yeah, and they deserve every bit of it.
That's right. I agree.
Good morning, Judy. Just talking about you. Thank you
Jonathan
for all
Smith
you do.
Says, put it hell. He walked out the store with it. Yes, he did. Oh, man. I love it. Yeah, I saw that, Sherry. I love the fact that Rocky would do that.
Yeah, no doubt.
I thought that was funny. Jonathan, that's great. He did. He wasn't like showing how to do it, and like he showed how to do it and get away with it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know he got away with it, but you know what I'm saying. But I did think that was funny. I thought about Raj, and I said, you know, people today, they either don't care, like they don't have a meter as far as a GAF meter,
right, or
they're just in such shape that they're like, I just got to go do this.
Yeah, they're willing to chance.
Yeah. Yeah. And you got some people, though, you know, and I have read and studied this because I never used to believe this. You got some people that have plenty of money that have this desire to go see what they can steal.
Yeah, just see if I can get by with it.
Yeah.
You know,
now, I've never had that desire.
Me neither.
So I don't know where that comes from. But it is a crazy thing to think about.
Yeah.
I mean, let me go up here to Walmart and see what I can steal today.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how that could. You know,
I don't get it.
I don't get that either. But I swear I've read that is a legit, true thing.
Yeah.
That people have those urges.
Like I heard y'all talking the other day about the self-checkouts where, now they'll come run the little
They sure will.
video.
It's happened to me.
Happened to me.
Did it?
Yes. I pulled my billfold out, and I guess when I pulled my debit card out, it went across that scanner, and here come. And she sat there and run the little video back and saw it was my debit card that went across it and cleared it and let me go on about my business, But
Look, I've had a chance to think about that, and I'll tell you, you can't blame Walmart as a company for trying to calm down some of this theft.
Yeah.
You can't blame them.
I mean-
Okay. But here's my thing. Okay. Maybe it's a bigger problem than I would think. But I would think most people know that when they go up to them self-checkouts, I would think most people know that all them black globes hanging above, you're being watched.
You're being watched.
Okay? And I would think that most people have a good idea and understanding. I'm probably going to scan everything here.
Oh, definitely.
So I don't know how much thieving that may calm down, because I think most honest people are going to go through self-checkout, be honest.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you have people going and trying to. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's a problem. I just can't see people going up there and scanning something and when they could just run out the door.
It's went on.
Well, I'll take it back. Maybe they can't anymore. I don't know. But last time I saw the Bruton PD on that one up there, I don't know if they can make it out the door.
And that was a great job.
That was a
Bruton PD.
great job. That's
Great job.
That is a fact.
But I see it goes back though. When Lovelace sold the old Big Bear, he told me one day, he said, the thing that hurt him worse, I guess when they cleared out the books and all, was finding out how much people had stole from him.
Say that again.
Lovelace said that the worst thing, the thing that hurt him the most after he sold that store was finding out how much people had stole from him.
Did he say who?
No.
Or just how much?
No, he didn't even say a number. He just said,
wow.
When he found out how much.
It hurt him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, Lovelace, just like Raj, I've seen Lovelace give people.
Oh, yeah.
Probably the maddest I ever saw him one day was he had some folks come in there, down on their luck. Lovelace gave them some money. And Lovelace, he's like us in the car business. He liked to check on the competition. And he rode by, what was it back then? Piggly Wiggly probably. But there was that guy's car out there shopping in the parking lot. He was in there shopping in Piggly Wiggly with Lovelace's money. Lovelace Parker he had a come apart.
I'll bet. You talking about that, and old Big Bear, what have you. Lovelace had to be that way because I can't tell you how long he let Mansell Travis sit. Mansell would sit there, right outside the door.
Day in, day out.
I mean, how long did Lovelace let him sit there? Years?
Years. Yeah.
Well, as long as from when I was a kid, as long as I can remember.
Yeah. Mansell was there.
Mansell was there.
Mansell was there.
That's a fact. Let's see here. Timmy says, reminds me of Hank Williams Jr. concert I went to with the Fifth down in front of my G. Walked in with it, but friends had to help me out of Pensacola. I bet they did. Christina, we were leaving Home Depot last week, and a guy walked out behind us putting something under his shirt. He walked right out. We told the worker behind us, but she didn't look concerned. Lovelace and Bobby fed Mansell Travis every day. Yes, they did. I agree with that, Sherry.
There's another one of my board
Miss
members
Gail.
in here, Miss Faith Burt. Thank you
Faith.
for all you do.
Good morning, Faith. Good morning. Let's see. Gail says Lovelace and Bobby had hearts bigger. Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
Man,
yes,
they did. Look, I don't care. Good morning, Tracy Miller. I don't care what anybody says. I know for a fact you can say this too. I would venture to say Mansell sat there for at least 15-ish, 20-ish years.
Yeah,
or longer.
I mean, back when I worked there, we had to carry everybody's groceries out.
Right.
Back then, you'd have to go around Mansell.
Yeah.
Don't mess with him.
No.
Lovelace come out there and get on your butt.
Man, listen, everybody knew Mansell Travis.
No doubt.
And
the character.
For a lot of reasons more than we can talk about right here today too, okay? Yeah. But they treated him well.
Yeah.
They did.
And like I said, many other people in this community.
Yeah, he wasn't the only one.
They was willing to help anytime I needed to. And God bless both of them.
Fuquay says, I remember Mansell directing traffic. I'm going to tell you what, I'd be concerned about that intersection.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I loved Mansell. I don't mean that bad. I just I knew Mansell, so that's why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
I'd been concerned about that. Anyway, so now that the next thing on the chamber event list would be the rodeo.
Well, first we have our golf tournament.
That's right, the golf tournament.
August the 15th, out at Juniper.
Lake Juniper,
yeah. And Juniper Creek.
Juniper Creek.
Yeah, and get your teams up, get ready.
So that's the 15th of August.
August.
Yes.
So we got a little not downtime, but
just ain't a lot of that for y'all, is it?
No, but
Mansell, let's see, Sherry said Mansell was yes, he was, until a really bad car wreck, and he got a serious brain injury.
That is right.
That's a fact.
That is right. That's right. A lot of people didn't know that.
Very, very highly intelligent person.
That's, I never knew him back in them days, but everybody I've ever talked to said, he would have had a hell of a career.
Yeah, I didn't know him either. I just grew up hearing all those stories about how brilliant he was.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear that from one or two people. I hear it from everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody that knew him said he was brilliant.
Yeah.
So,
morning, Regina.
Another one of those old school East Bruton folks. Hal, if y'all want Weaver Road for Porch Fest.
Well, we do. Y'all have always been a part of it. So, yes, please let me know.
Faith said, get y'all's teams together for the golf tournament. So you'll have to round Deej up and see if he can talk somebody into being a teammate with him.
Yeah.
Now, he'll show up with Cotton, so y'all need to be ready for that. You know how that guy, if it ain't him, it'll be Nelson. Yeah. But one of the two of them will show up with Cotton in tow. I can tell you right now.
Boo Weekly.
Yeah, Boo. One of them. Hey, did you see Boo rent that damn U-Haul?
Yeah, did you hear the story behind it?
I did.
Yeah, Boo said he couldn't rent a car, so he done next best thing.
Hey, listen.
Just rent me a U-Haul. It'll get me there.
Look. We got to get Boo to come back on the show.
That'd be great.
Last time we had Boo on the show, I think it was at the Chevrolet store.
Probably.
And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But Boo is a character.
Definitely.
And
definitely a character.
That story was funny.
Yes.
I mean, he's right, though. Think about it. I mean, it was cheaper.
No doubt.
He said, this cost me less money than what that rental car would have cost me.
Made sense.
I swear, I think I heard him say he slept in a U-Haul a time or two.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all. Yeah.
So, let's see.
But yeah, Sherry, please get your bunch up. And
there she is. Good morning, Miss Regina Holmes. Miss Gail said, I gave Mansell a ride one day when it was storming. I told him Lovelace told me he was a good man and he need a lot of help. He asked me, did Lovelace tell you I was crazy too? He said, my mind went crazy wondering what I got myself into. All went well, though. Yeah, look, Mansell was
he was harmless.
Yeah, Mansell wouldn't hurt a fly.
No.
He just, as I understand, like Sherry said, he had a traumatic brain injury.
Yeah.
And now it didn't change him into some like crazy, like hurting people person.
No.
It just like changed him as far as he just wasn't the same.
I don't think he was capable of holding a job anymore.
Right.
So
That's right. But certainly an old school character from over that way.
No doubt. One of East Bruton's greatest.
Yes. Good morning, Miss Peggy Miller. Mark the Shark. Rolling the ones and twos this morning. Getting it done.
Good morning.
So you got the golf tournament, then after the golf tournament will be the rodeo, correct? Yeah.
Yes. And then Porch Fest.
So talk about the rodeo for a second. It seemed, now I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. It seemed like about the time that the chamber started having this rodeo, 2 or 3 years later, it seemed like every community around us started having rodeos.
Definitely. But
I mean,
it's what it is.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Was Bruton, wasn't y'all the first to kind of do this? Or I couldn't remember if Jay was doing something like that too.
Jay's been going a long time.
Yeah, I thought so.
Jay's been going a long time, but some others jumped on board, but hey, it ain't affected us a bit.
No.
You
I don't
know,
mean.
so,
I would think it would. Well, I would think it would help, wouldn't it? I mean,
it puts the rodeo out.
Right.
Everybody, rodeos are fun. Did you see the other day on Facebook the bull that jumped the fence?
I did.
He took that one person
Ooh,
out.
I was about to say that one. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm sitting there thinking that would be our luck.
They
There
went.
he comes.
They went to the hospital.
Oh, did he? Yeah. And got a hell of a story to tell, too.
Man. Yes.
I mean,
do.
they were standing there back turned.
I know. That's what I'm telling you, man. Like
Took
that.
'em out.
Yeah, that would be my luck.
Yeah.
With some craziness, you know, like that. But
But, you're dealing with
wild animals.
live animals.
And
it
listen,
can
they
happen.
say cows ain't. Yes, they are. They wild.
Yeah, they are. They are.
I'll tell you
They'll
something.
hurt you in a heartbeat.
You decide that you want to go and try to wrangle one of them big old bulls up in a chute,
Yeah.
and you just see how tame they really are.
Yeah. Try that.
Yeah, try that.
Try
see,
that.
see how that works for you. I tell you what, I see Steve in. I don't mean to call him out, but he done some great video work from the Blue Air Festival.
Oh man, you Steve. I mean, him and Carol are out there every event we have, and
Yes, we're going to have it for sure. I'm just studying on the date and time. I'm
Yeah.
still working, trying to figure that out.
yeah. But with Steve and Carol, Steve does the video, Carol does the still picture. Of course, a lot of times when Steve, like he interviewed me, Carol takes. They're great. But I mean, two of the best people in Bruton, Alabama. They're there for every event we have, every event the city has. And the thing about it, you can go on Facebook right now. Carol posted her pictures yesterday.
Mhm.
They're free.
That's right.
They're free.
And they're really nice.
And they're doing
really
professional-
well.
I mean,
Yes.
you got professional photographs. That
Yes.
all you got to do is say, hey, I want this picture, download it, and it's yours.
Yeah, they're very, very nice, nicely done. And I agree with you. I think that we're very fortunate to have a lot of people like that here that sacrifice a lot for the things that the city does, the chamber, and the community.
And I was talking to them last night. Had a little reception for the American in Bloom people here, and they stuck right there with me, giving them car show awards too.
Well, I'm gonna tell you,
Carol said, I thought Glenn Freeman would never should.
and listen, and there's just one thing, they didn't have to.
No, they could have took a few pictures, went on
Yeah,
about their
they could have
business.
said, you know
and
what,
hey,
we're gonna go
we
find
got
a
couple-
shade and a fan.
Yeah, and but no, they was there from the start to the beginning, and thank both of y'all, Steve. Thank you.
Steve
keep
said
up the
they
good
love
work.
showing our people. I'll tell you what, you and Carol, y'all do a great job of that.
Yeah.
They do. I mean, it's
Yes.
people don't realize. I want to say this: when you see a video, Steve can speak to this too. When you see a video like Steve puts out for the Blueberry Festival,
Yes.
okay. Now Steve's a professional, so I'm not going to
No
sit
doubt.
here and say that
No
it's
doubt.
going to take Steve, a day or two to do that.
Yeah.
And because I'm sure it doesn't. Okay. But the average person that works on editing like that can tell you that to put together and edit a video, like it's not just what he done down there. He's got to go back to the office or home wherever he does it and edit all of that video and
he
put
made
it
the
together.
comment. He made the comment last night. There was a lot to go through.
Yeah, that's what I'm
you know.
saying. And so,
And then puts the music behind it.
that's what I'm saying. There's a lot, and same thing for the photography side of it. Okay,
Right.
There's a lot that goes into making video, audio, pictures look good.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of it, and it just is.
And like I said, they both do such a great job.
Yeah, look at
for
that.
us.
Shooting is half. 11 o'clock nights. I mean, it's just,
Right.
so people don't realize because Steve makes it look easy.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
it looks good, and people don't. You don't
it
think.
flows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't think about it.
You got to blend all that together.
That's correct. And people don't understand how much behind what they see as the final product.
And I
They don't
bet-
know what all went into getting to that final product.
I bet he's being a little conservative about that. 11
Oh, I'm
o'clock.
sure. I'm sure. Good morning, Chevy Ann.
Come on in.
Steve Layton and Carol Parker Graves are the best. Always support our great community. Yes, they do.
No doubt.
Uh,
No doubt. And
They do a great
last
job.
Time I looked, his video it was over 2,000 views last night. I
Mhm.
didn't look this morning. I'm sure it's probably went way up from there. And You know, that puts Bruton out there and keeps Bruton on the
It does.
front
And,
page.
and one thing that you got to realize, that I can appreciate is, the fact it's not just about hitting a button on a video camera or a photo camera. It's a lot more. Look, this is not taking pictures on a phone.
I mean, like when they done my interview,
You know what I mean?
you know, they wanted a certain, angle where
Yeah.
so you could still see everybody going on in the background. We had fans going with noise. A lot of people don't think about those little things.
That's right.
And if you do a video and you got a fan,
It's useless.
nobody's gonna watch it.
It's useless.
And go back and watch his video.
No, I
It's
know.
clean as it can be.
I know.
You know.
And look, and like I said, I think there's a lot of unsung heroes
Right.
that go unsung. And sometimes we get to moving so fast, we don't slow down long enough to recognize some of those people.
Right. Yeah, even
But our community's full of them.
oh, and every one of them are willing. Saturday, first Blueberry Festival we'd have without Lois Crenshaw.
That'd
Lois-
be tough.
Lois was there early,
Mm-hmm.
and she stayed late. And you just don't realize it till they're not there to do it, how much that helps. Like the folks in Provalis come on board, well, last year actually, or year before. Excuse me. But I told Molly last night, I said, the best thing, they had like 10, 12 people out there. I said, she was like, what did we do wrong? I said, I can't tell you nothing you done wrong. I said, best thing about it was it freed me. I knew I could leave there,
Right.
and they had it under control.
Right.
I had to go over there. We had Yank come up and introduce the Blueberry Trail Maids. I had to go over there and be a part of that. I was able to leave the car show and not worry about it thanks to some fantastic volunteers.
Well, I'll tell you, I was impressed. We talked, DJ and I were talking about that Monday. I was impressed with they had a team. They didn't have just one or two.
Right.
They had a team out there.
Yes, and they was ready to attack.
And they were.
And take care
And they
of
were getting
things.
it done. I
Yeah.
mean, so that was very impressive. You know what I'm saying? And
And like Honor Robinson,
yeah.
that works out at the mill. She's been there with that car show ever since I've been doing it. And she volunteered again this year. And she's there, like I said, early, stays late. And it takes that kind of effort from the whole community to pull off an event like that.
Well, it does, and I can definitely speak to it. There's no I in team.
Right.
We can sit and say all those we want, but at the end of the day, to pull something off that big, that successful, you got to have more than just a core group of people.
Yeah.
You got to have people like the Honor Robinsons, like the Slick Freemans,
Right.
like the Connie Baggett's, the Steve Laytons, the Carol Parker
Ton-
Gray. You got to have those people.
Tanya Watson. Tanya told me that was her 11th year performing at the Blueberry Festival.
Wow. 11th year.
Yeah. And you know how much money she's made off of?
Zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
But she's there every year.
Okay, but let me say this. I say that about y'all. I say that about y'all a lot. Listen, what do you get paid? Zero.
Yeah.
You getting? I mean, what I mean is, you do this. The chamber board, everybody that volunteered that has been on that chamber board
And
prior to, and that will be,
right.
they're doing it for their love of this community. Period.
And that speaks well of this community.
It does.
I can't say enough about everybody that does that. And
Morning, Hodge. What's happening up there?
a lot of times.
Pork Chop said, Chief said, how you good for Bruton? Always have
Well,
been.
thank you, Steve. Thank you, sir. Good morning, Matt.
I'll tell you what. Now Hodge has got it made.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if I could be like in a place, I'd like to be where he's at.
Yeah.
Retired and just ready to go see some more rock concerts.
No doubt. No doubt. Speaking of that, you talking about you saw something that made you think of other people.
Yeah, pull that mic a little closer to you.
I saw a post, had one picture, Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page, Eddie Van Halen. Which one you choosing?
Oh,
When I first saw it, I said, I got to bring that up to Ken.
oh,
I know the almonds wasn't on there, but
I mean, listen. If I'm being honest, Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page, and Eddie.
yeah.
Oh,
I figured I'd put you on the spot.
oh man.
Maybe we can get some help from the audience out there. Maybe
Yeah.
we can,
Morning, Keith Island. Violet Films in October. I hear you. Man, listen, I haven't seen the Violet Films since the early 90s.
really.
Yes, man. I'm tell you what, though, that's some old school college music right
No
there.
doubt.
Hot said Eddie's his choice.
And you know, I can't blame him. Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
Eddie changed.
No, I'm going to
music.
say this.
They all three did. To me.
I was going to say here,
Yeah, you know,
you can't, if you're coming at it from an innovative point of view, you can't give it to any one of them because all three of them changed the game.
changed. Yeah,
Okay. But if you're coming to it from just a pure guitar player
musician.
who was just a master of that instrument, Eddie Van Halen is in a all by himself.
All by himself.
Let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm not taking up. Listen, Jimmy Page, he's in a league by himself. Okay, but it's a different league.
Yeah,
In that he does what he does really, really well.
very well.
Okay, Jeff
Very
Beck,
well.
same way. You know, and Jeff, of course, not with us anymore, but did what he did very well.
Yeah, I actually got to see Jeff a couple months before he passed away.
Yeah,
down at the wharf in Orange Beach.
Listen, I'm telling you, great,
Oh, man, he can jam.
great guitar
he can
player.
jam.
But the only thing is that Eddie, the way he changed the game, didn't just change it in one part; it changed it in all parts. Because you can hear his influence in every style of music today.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I mean, you know,
I mean, a lot of people
Even
know, a
saw
lot
a thing
of
a
people
while
know
back.
this. If you've seen this, I'm sure. You know, he played the solo on "Beat It."
yeah,
Okay,
said he changed the whole thing.
he did, but he didn't mean to do it. The way that they recorded "Beat It" to begin with was completely different than the way it is now.
Right.
When they sent it to him, his studio was set up to use a certain time sync recording. Their studio used a completely different time sync recording. So when they sent it back to him, or they sent it to him and told him they wanted him to come in and put a solo down to this, he said, well, that'd be fine, but I'm not doing it to this. Unless y'all change it to what we're going to change it to, I'm not doing it.
Not interested.
And they said, well, send it to us. So he did. And they sent it back and said, when can you be here?
Yeah, come on in.
I mean, what Quincy was like, listen, this is going to be the biggest hit Michael Jackson's ever had.
Yeah.
He knew immediately. He said, I saw him talk about it. He knew immediately what was about to happen. So
Yeah.
I'd have to go Eddie.
Yeah.
I mean, myself.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they all have their points, but like I said, sometimes you see a picture, you think of certain people, and like I said, you was the first one I thought of when I saw that.
Well, I'm gonna
when I
tell you,
said-
that's a picture. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
that's three legends right there. Of course,
Very much.
Of course, Eddie. You know, here's the thing too. Eddie, for a lot of us, Van Halen 1, that album, for a lot of guitar players especially, might be considered one of the better guitar albums of all time.
Yes, yes.
So, I mean, you can put that album on and just let it play.
That's all I think a while back. Said David Lee Roth when used to tell Eddie, turn around, don't let nobody see what you're doing because
He was scared that people were going to figure it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
he
then,
said
then he went and found.
nobody can do it.
Well, he went and found the second coming.
Yeah,
David Lee Roth did.
yeah,
When he put that band together with Eat 'em and Smile, yeah, he went and found the second coming. His name was Steve Vai.
yeah, yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah,
if there was
pretty
anybody
close.
that could, I'm not saying he could fill Eddie's shoes, but I'm saying if there was anybody that could stand in that place,
Right.
it was him.
Right.
I mean, now, I ain't going to get started on my man, but, you know, I've watched many people. Dickie Betts just died, and many people asked him, said, are you worried about playing guitar on stage with Warren Haynes? He said, I'm not worried about playing guitar on stage with anybody. I stood next to the greatest guitar player of all time for 4 years.
Yep.
And stood next to him and played with him every day.
No, for
He
no.
said, I'm not worried about playing guitar up against anybody.
Put anybody up here with me.
And you know what? He had a great point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
anyhow,
Morning, Jordan.
let's see here. Fuquay says, Hal literally works his butt off for Bruton, makes our hometown a better place.
Thank you,
I
sir.
agree with that.
Thank you.
Hi,
Like I
said Eddie
takes an
always
army, though.
said if he could
Takes an
find
army.
a six-fingered player, he could coach them to be the best. They did. I have seen him say that.
Really?
Yes. Actually, I saw him say that several times. You know, he did not. You know what's crazy about him? He did not listen to rock music at all.
They said he hardly ever listened to any music.
He didn't. The music he listened to was classical, if he listened to any.
Right.
And
And that's
same thing for
crazy.
Alex, the drummer.
Yeah.
Same thing for him.
You know, Alex just sold all his stuff.
I know.
And I was like, God, I wish I had some extra money. Some of the gold records and all.
But you know,
had
you
out
got
for sale.
you got a lot of people doing that now,
Yeah.
because that stuff's bringing so much money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was telling DJ that I've been watching this show on Netflix, this collectible show, something golden, something GOLDIN. Anyway, and this man is going all over the world, getting crazy collectible things. And DJ was like, "Listen, I just can't see people paying. I can't see why I would put money. That means I said I get it, but there are people out there who pay. Like this man ran across an unknown Honus Wagner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Took it, had it graded, and graded a grade 5, which there's only one other grade 5 known. And this was unknown. And this was a better grade 5 than the other one. And he said this thing was going to sell for $25 to $45 million.
Yeah. Why couldn't
That's
I-
crazy.
I mean, nuts. It's nuts.
I told DJ, I said, so what you're telling me is if you found one of these cards in the attic of your house, you wouldn't go sell it? He said, I ain't saying that.
You know, it's like I like to watch that Antique Roadshow.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, they come up with these, like I said, crazy estimates. And I'm like, you know, there's like, oh, no, we're going to take it home and put it back on. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, listen. That's just like
First
Pawn
thing I would say, well, are you offering or
Yeah.
are you just telling?
Listen, that's just like Pawn Stars, though. You know, come to find out, most of that stuff was all
Oh, it's rigged.
set up
Yeah.
and rigged. You know, so I think the same thing about that too. In that, how could they have that many different experts all in one place to do that many shows?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, so it's got to be somewhat scripted.
No
you know
doubt.
what I mean?
No doubt.
A
I mean,
good
makes for-
show. I
makes for good
like it.
TV.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
but-
it. I'm just saying it's got to be somewhat scripted.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you know, we talked a little bit about the volunteers and people that help that thing, but the one thing we hadn't mentioned, and I want to mention, I think we did Monday, but talk a little bit about the first responders, Bruton PD,
Oh,
the
my
fire
God.
department, and all the things that
mean,
that they did, and
well-
of course your EMS people, they were there to help out. I think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we had a few fall out.
Right,
You
right.
know, and, like I said, couldn't, again, I guess I'm going to say this too many times, but how would you do it without them? You know, I mean, they were out there all day long, standing out there in that heat, directing traffic right there at the main light, you know, and of course, Provalis had provided a room for them. You know, if they wanted to go cool down, they had, you know, some water in there for them, donuts even for the car show people. But you know, just thank every one of you. I mean, that's all I can say is.
I mean, you got to think about it. Y'all are shutting down. What is that? Persimmon Street? Is that the name of that?
Yeah.
You're
And-
shutting down
and
that
41.
and 41.
Right.
So
And you know, a lot of people don't know what orange cones mean.
right. Well, even DJ said that Monday. He said a guy pulled in by the bank there at Market Park trying to. He said, "Can I come down?" DJ said, "No."
You know, I mean, but you know, we had, you know, like I said, with the police force we have, and you know, the fire department, ambulance people, always giving their all too. You know, and all I can say is thank you and thank you for your service.
Well, it's tough this day and age. I think being a first responder.
Oh, no doubt.
Not just with the things that to me, I mean, I have to take my hat off because the things they see, and they got to carry that around with them.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, I just, you know, some of that stuff I don't.
But you know,
It'd be rough.
See all these little videos out, you know, nowadays with, I mean, people. I can't believe the disrespect they have. I was raised,
Man.
If a police officer, I've heard DJ say this many times. I think it was DJ, if a police officer or teacher said you done something wrong,
You did.
your parents weren't going to believe no other way.
That's right.
You know, nowadays the parents up there, leave my little baby alone. You know, and they, you know, if you're wrong, you're wrong, and they're out there doing their job.
That's a fact. I mean,
You know,
and that's what I say. You know, we today, I don't think realize just what kind of luck we have to have a police department, a fire department, you know, EMS system, what have you. We're very lucky to have what we have,
No doubt.
and on top of that, when you can make all that happen and not be a big ordeal or
Right.
seem like a big ordeal, that's something to be proud of for sure.
well, you know, like I said, you know, I don't know the exact number of people we had a medical emergency Saturday. You know, wasn't a whole lot, but it was more. You know, one's too many. But
Yeah.
anyway, I only noticed 2, and one of them's because I got a call to come take them back to their car. You know, so I mean, they was in and out, taking care of it. You know, making sure the people was safe and you know had the medical attention they needed. And like I said, again, thank you is
Yeah.
all I can say.
Well, you know, and you made a good point there when you're talking about, you know, this day and age. You talking about the videos.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen videos of these people that like deliberately will go find these like checkpoints and roadblocks and
Yeah.
things like that to go through, and like they're going through and they're being extremely like. Let me tell you this: you wouldn't come through South Alabama acting that way.
No.
You might do it one time, but it'd be the only time.
Wouldn't go over too good for you.
No, I tell you that
Wouldn't go
right
over
now.
good at
You
all.
wouldn't come down here doing that, okay? And you may think you would, and you may all that, and that's fine. But I promise you, you're not coming down here acting like that.
No.
But you know, why do people do that? That starts at home.
Yeah.
You got to learn to respect, and that starts at home.
Yeah. You know.
Now, respect was beat into a lot of us.
I was brought up. You better respect people in that. You know, all police officers, ambulance people. You know, firemen. You always gave them respect. And, you know, now these people, like you said, go out of their way to disrespect them.
Oh yeah, I mean,
But then-
they're literally making videos of
And-
it.
But, you know, where was it? They dissolved their police department.
Oh, wasn't that somewhere in, was it Kansas? or-
Chicago or I don't know. But, you know, a couple months later, every one of them that was out screaming, dissolved the police, figured out they needed an officer on occasion.
Oh yeah, well,
And it was like, we
I
got a police department.
love the one in San Francisco. The main city council person, whatever they call them there, that was talking about defunding the police,
Yeah.
got mugged or something or another, and called the police, and they knew who it was, and they said, "Well, we'll get to you when we can. We ain't got a lot of people on staff right now."
Right. Right. You know,
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is. Let's see. Hodge said he speaks the truth. I would get back into education if I could find an orphanage that needs a principal. I hear you. Miss Gail, a lot of parents have their heads in a bubble. No parenting skills. Oh, that's correct.
That is
Chevy Ann
right,
says,
Gail.
my mom always told me you better act right in public. I don't care how you act at home, but in public you act,
you better
you
be
behave.
right. Yep.
Or I got taken to the bathroom. Well, I'm going to tell you something. And I think that's a lot of problem today with kids is that they're not worried about consequences.
No. No.
I mean, think about it. You can't even paddle a kid anymore.
Oh, no. No. You know,
And when we was in school, there wasn't no calling home and asking.
yeah. You didn't want to go see Coach Salter back in my days. You know?
They gave you, no, back in the day, you know, they'd give you that choice. And we'll call home and
Or you
send you home,
or take your few licks.
take your few licks. And we always took the licks,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
But you know what was bad? Usually before you got home, Mom already knew
Oh,
about
they
it.
knew.
You was going to get it
They
again.
knew, yeah, you
you
getting
know?
it again for sure, for sure. So
Morning, Pam.
anyway, I think that, you know, like you said, it takes a village.
No doubt.
It takes a lot of people to do something that big. Speak real quick to how many vendors did you end up with?
It was over 100. I don't know the exact number. And that's not counting like your sponsor. You know, a lot of sponsors had booths down there handing out free stuff to everybody. You know, food vendors. You know, of course, then you had the kids section.
So DJ was asking me, and I know at one time the power, the vendors that required the power, y'all had to have them in one section.
But now
Hadn't they improved the power situation down? I'm not going to say improved. I don't mean it was bad. I mean made it bigger.
Yeah, like a lot of the lamp posts have an electrical outlet to it now. It's still, the Karen I was talking about from Mobile, that was her big problem.
Right.
You have the opportunity to request electricity. We charge a little extra for that, obviously, but you have that opportunity. Of course, she didn't, but when she got down there, she realized she probably needed a fan. And I don't know why she didn't just go buy one of the battery powered. But
because it's easier to come over and act like her.
Yeah. But I mean, we want everybody to come in and have a good time and enjoy themselves. But there's just some things you can't do. And electricity is limited. I mean, there's a lot down there, but
how many vendors do you think that y'all could get electricity to now? How?
I don't have a clue.
I mean, would you say 50?
Probably. I'd say 30, 40,
so it's
50,
improved
somewhere.
a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because it used to be just a handful, wasn't it?
You used to. If you got electricity, you was one of the few.
Right, that's what I mean. I mean, it was just a handful of them.
I said the cities, and I forgot them, the city workers. Oh, Lord. I mean, they're, anyway, every one of them deserves credit.
Amazing,
yeah. But, they've come in and, like I said, has spread out electricity. I even had a guy tell me Monday, said, y'all thought about having it at night? I was like, how you light that whole park up?
Yeah, right. I mean, that'd be a nightmare in the making right there.
I mean, there's good light down there at night, but not to pull off something like that,
Yeah.
And
no, I mean, look, it's hot, okay? But I don't think you could have that at night because of all the moving parts.
No, but, and I mean, I appreciate that, the thought,
Sure.
I'd love, anybody that can tell us what we can do to improve it. Hey, please get in touch with us. I'm open to all suggestions. And
Steve says, our fishing rodeos, the police and fire department allow children to meet our uniformed first responders in a fun activity.
I couldn't agree with you more,
Yeah,
Steve. I've been to several of those with my grandkids, and, to me, that brings the respect back. When you see the kids have the opportunity then to find out, hey, he's a good guy. And like I said, that's a very good program, and I'll support it as long as I can for you, Steve.
Susie Blair Allen said, it's in my day, if you got a paddling in school, you got a whipping when you got home for misbehaving. Nowadays, the kids you look at you talking about, they call DHR.
Yeah.
Because you can't whip children, it's child abuse. And so now children don't fear their elders.
I know for a fact you can't even say your parents whipped you.
Yeah, I've heard that myself. I've heard a story or two.
Yeah, I heard a story not long ago about that. But
it seemed like I did too. Good morning, Ace.
Good morning, Steve. Steve's another big sponsor of the community too, and thank you
Steve
for all.
Kramer? Oh yeah, let me
thank
tell
you for all you do, Steve.
And Steve will kill me for saying this because I know Steve's one of them that does a lot that he don't
want nobody to know he does. Yeah,
not because he's ashamed of it.
Right.
That's not why.
No,
he don't do it for that reason. He does it for the right reasons.
Yes,
but he does a lot. Trust me.
Yes,
and we're lucky to have people like Steve Kramer in this community. For sure.
No doubt.
No doubt. I mean, we got a lot of them here. Thank God.
Right. Yeah. I said he's one of many, but he's one of up there on the upper level for sure.
For sure.
Cheyenne, you're exactly right. Shop with the cop. I've always thought that was one of the best ideas to ever come out.
Oh, it is. It is. And they always look like they have a big time doing that.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, the kids, double benefit for it. They get some support. Plus, they get to know, your officers and everybody.
That a cop's not a bad guy.
Right. I mean, he's out here buying me presents for Christmas.
Yeah.
Listen, that's got to go a long ways with the kid.
Listen, we can sit and name every career, every known job in the world, and I promise you're going to have a certain percentage of people in that field that are bad apples.
Yeah.
It's not just, but I get why police get focused on because they have the power to arrest people and things like. I get that,
right.
Okay? But here's the thing. and I'm saying this myself, I've been in situations. Hey, if I'm in the, I'm still going to be respectful.
Oh, no doubt.
And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay. And, don't start mouthing, just whatever you got to do, just get through it. And then if you got to settle it in court.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get arrested or something like that.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying sue anybody. I'm saying, but officer's doing his job.
Yeah.
That's what I always said about game wardens. Oh, everybody hates a game warden. I don't know why. They're doing their job.
They're doing their job. You breaking the law.
Yeah.
It's his job to make sure you don't do
I mean,
that.
it just is what it is, So, but back in the day, man, I'm telling you, we need to get Frank in here one day to tell some stories. I heard him tell.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it wasn't enough for a dang game warden to get shot at and all kind of crazy.
I mean, you think about it. Especially during hunting season, everybody they deal with's got a gun.
Yeah, and they know it.
And
you go into that situation knowing you're dealing with people with guns.
And they're out there by themselves.
Drunk.
I mean, the game warden's by himself, too.
Most of them hunters,
Oh, yeah.
most of them people riding around at night, chances are they got a drink or two in it.
There's probably a couple beers going down.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Morning, Crystal.
Yeah, Hal. You just a sleazy old used car salesman.
Tell everybody that all the time, Just a lying old car salesman.
Tanya said, my children absolutely love shopping with a cop.
Well, that's great to hear, Tanya.
There you go.
That is great. But
Well, Colonel, I appreciate it, man. We got to get out of here.
Fun.
Yeah,
time
I'll tell you what,
this morning, man.
time flew by. I just looked down and realized.
And again, thanks for everybody. I just want to thank everybody in this community for helping us, and your support means a lot.
I'll tell you what, we can thank everybody, but let us thank y'all.
Well, thank you.
We I don't think a lot of people realize it, and maybe they do, maybe they don't, but y'all don't do this because you're getting paid a bunch of money.
No, like I told Steve in our interview the other day, though, my pay is when I'm riding around, walking around the Blueberry Festival the other day, and everybody's there having a great time, smiles on their faces, the kids are having fun. That's my pay,
And that's worth a lot.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. You're not going to convince me the rest of the folks that's doing all that volunteering and everything can't convince me they're not doing it for that reason, too.
Like I said, when you put on something and everybody enjoys it.
You do as well, Renee.
So, like I said, that's what I get out of it.
Well, look here, Colonel. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. And
we'll have you again. And looking forward to the golf tournament. Then on to the rodeo.
Yep. Do a little rodeo.
All right. We'll catch y'all back here again. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe not. Who knows? Hell, we don't ever know. Same bad time. Same bad channel. Later.